Good morning. Welcome to the first day of the week. Cheers, everybody. I decided to do a pop-up stretch class for you all. So let's just start in the middle of your mat. It's just a great way to start the week. Maybe we did a lot of exercise on the weekend. You just kind of want to limber up a little bit, start the week off right, be kind to yourself. So just really start moving the arms in any direction. It doesn't matter, just to get good blood flow to the body. Take a big breath. And again, another big, huge breath. And we're going to come down onto our mat. So I'm going to have you start out on your knees. We're going to tuck our toes under in the back. Let's just step our left foot forward and just kind of let the hips come forward and be where they want to be. Now let's just sweep this arm up. Maybe you take your gaze and look up. It should feel really good. Let's do the same on the other side. So we're going to step the right foot forward this time. Let the hips come down. Kind of like starting the week off with a nice stretch. Most of us do a lot of exercise on the weekend. So it's good to either do it first thing Monday morning or Monday evening. Okay, come on down. We're going to do some cat-cows. So I've got my wrists under my shoulders. I'm just going to arch my back, relax my face. And now chest comes forward, look up. Do it again. Really try to hollow out the belly as you start to arch the back. And just try to keep it hollowed out as you go from cat to cow. Why not work the six-pack muscle group a little bit here? Okay, now we're just going to sit down. We're going to extend our legs out nice and long and straight. Flex your feet. You want to move this muscle out of the way so you have a good firm connection to the earth. So we're going to start with our neck. Just going to have you take your gaze to the left. Keep your spine nice and long. Now take your gaze down and look at your shoulder. Come back up and let's take it to the other side. Look right. Now take your gaze, look at your shoulder. Come back up. Look up at the ceiling. Feel a nice stretch through the neck. Try to really keep your shoulders nice and broad here. Hollow out the tummy as you sit with a nice long spine. Now you're slowly going to take the chin down, feeling a nice release through your upper back, right between those shoulder blades. Okay, now we're going to loosen up our lower back. So let's bring our arms out, palms face each other. You're just going to start to sink in and C-curve your spine. While you do that, drift the body back, pulling in the tummy, and then come right back up. Take your spine nice and long. Again, C-curve it, pull in the belly, come back. Maybe it's 3 or 4 inches. You decide what feels right for you. So the minute you start that C-curve, that's when we pull in the belly. Try to incorporate your breathing. So you inhale and then exhale as you come up. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, lean back, suck in, come back up, and one last time. Nice. Okay, now we're going to round the back. Relax your head. Just kind of go where it wants to go. Let it go where it wants. Maybe you can reach your toes, bending through the arms. Nice, relaxed upper body. So you're rounding your back here and you're just letting it hang out wherever it wants to. Keep pulling in the belly here. Feeling a nice stretch and pull behind my upper legs, my lower back, and come on back up. Okay, I'm going to have you connect the bottoms of your feet and lift forward. Now here, my hips are really tight, so you can see my knees are pretty high. Hopefully by the end of our class, they're going to be able to get a little bit lower to the floor. So just kind of relax. Let them hang out where they want to. Now we're going to pull them together, feet are hip width apart, hands behind you to support your upper body. Just let the legs go one way and the other way. You're coming off your butt and you're just going onto one butt cheek, back and forth here. Nice. Now both feet are planted on the floor. You're going to open the legs and close them. Maybe once we've done this 4 or 5 times, maybe the knees do get a little bit closer to the floor, or maybe they don't. Just depends how tight you are. Couple more times here. Nice. Okay, we're going to lie all the way down to warm up our hip flexors. So C-curve your spine, come down nice and slowly, legs all the way up to the ceiling. I'm just going to rest my hands behind my head, keep my elbows back. So I'm getting a nice little stretch through my chest. I'm going to take the right leg down and then bring it back up and switch. Do the same with the left. I'm going nice and slow, kind of activating the hip flexors. They're going to get a lot more limber the more you do this. And it's okay if your lower back, that natural curve that we all have in our spine, it's okay if there's a little space there between, you know, the back and the floor. Let's do this a few more times. Nice. Okay, now keep the legs up. We're just going to open them out. Oh, big stretch for the inner thighs. Pull them together, connect your feet, and then take them out again. Bring them in. Lily, stop it. And out. I'm sorry, but she's misbehaving, so she's going to have to come up and sit here and be a good girl. Okay. One more time. Go in and out. Now from here, we're going to take it right to a happy baby. So I'm going to grab the outsides of my feet. I'm going to get my heels right over top of my knees and then pull my feet down towards the earth. Maybe just gently go side to side, kind of getting a nice little massage for your lower back. Now stay nice and quiet. Press them down towards the floor again. And release the legs all the way back up to the ceiling. Now I'm going to take my arms and float them behind me. Maybe you can get the back of the hand touching the floor, maybe not. And then bring the arms all the way forward so your palms touch the earth. Take them back again, feeling a nice stretch through the shoulders and your upper back. Just do this a few more times. Okay, we're going to keep them by our sides, palms face down. Take your feet to the floor. They're hip width apart. Now just lift that right leg and give me a little circle. Kind of loosening up the top of the hamstring, getting some good blood flow through that hip joint. Now let's change the direction we were going in. Nice job. Feels so good. Okay, let's do the same with the other foot. Leg all the way up to the ceiling, make a little circle. So here you want to brace your spine by pulling in the belly. It's also going to keep both of your hips and lower back stable on the earth. Let's circle the other way. But try to be mindful not to let that right knee roll out to the side. So you're isometrically activating the inner thigh for stability. Okay, switch again. This time we're just going to take that right leg up, lower the leg to the floor, lift it back up again. Lower down, Lift up. Take it as far back behind you as you can. Maybe you see those toes going over past your head. And let's switch. It feels so good. Now that spring is here, most of us are spending more time outside, either cycling or walking. So it's really important to be kind to your body and take the time to stretch. Okay, both feet down. We're going to extend the arms behind us, and you're going to take your legs all the way out. So point your toes, try to really point them towards the front of your room, and take those palms and try to reach behind you. So right now with this opposing stretch, you're probably feeling a nice little pull through the six-pack muscle group, which is great. Now let's bring the arms forward. Palms are going to face down. You're going to lift the feet back up to a bent leg. We're going to peel the hips off the floor and come into a bridge, and then peel them back down. So you're going down one vertebrae at a time. You'll notice I'm moving really slowly. Lift up and down. This is kind of activating the tummy, the core, your glutes. So I like to go really slow and in control. Squeeze as best you can your butt cheeks. Let's just do a few more here. Nice. Okay, put the hips down. We're going to take our right foot, cross it over top of our left thigh. I'm going to ask you to flex the foot here as it sits on top of your thigh. Then you're going to bring your left knee into the body. I like to hold behind around the hamstring so I don't put any pressure on my knee. Now in this stretch, the goal here is to move the right knee forward and the left knee closer to you, while you keep the foot flexed. So I'm feeling a really nice stretch all through that hip and glute. And I like to repeat this a few times on each side. So I'm going to put the right foot down, take my left foot onto the thigh, flex it, get it in position, and then bring that right knee in towards you as you try to open the left knee away from you. Sometimes it takes doing this a couple of times before things really want to let go and lengthen. So let's switch again. So I'm taking the right foot back over the left leg, bring it in. Oh, see, I'm definitely feeling less pull, even just on the second time. Okay, relax the left foot, right foot goes down, switch. Left leg over the right thigh, bring it in. Oh, definitely coming in a little further this time as I try to move the left knee away from me. You'll notice a difference the more you do this, especially if you start doing it on a regular basis. Okay, switch again, one more time on each leg. Really try to push that right knee forward and the left knee into you. Try to be mindful too to keep the shoulders relaxed. We don't want to stress out another part of the body while we're trying to relax through the hips. Okay, last time. Left foot over right, flex it, bring that right knee in. Really try to open up that left knee towards the front of your room. Nice job. Okay, let's just take the left foot up to the ceiling. I'm going to have you point and flex the foot. Leg is straight. And while you flex the foot, think of lifting that heel up towards the ceiling. Now give me a nice little circle for the ankle and go in the opposite direction. Nice. Let's do the same on the other leg. Right leg up, nice and straight, point and flex. Now while you bring the toes down towards your face, press your heel up towards the ceiling. keep that going nice and slow. Kind of savor it. Nice. Okay, give me a nice little circle. Change the direction. Great. Okay, bring both feet down. Your legs are still bent. I'm going to have you cross your right knee over the left one. Your legs are still bent. I'm going to have you use this right leg to guide the left knee down towards the floor. Slide your left leg down a little bit so you have much less of a bend in the leg. We're going for a nice side body stretch here. Let's take this left arm, all the way out to the side. Really try to activate the arm by reaching it away from you. And then you're using that right leg to bring the left knee towards the floor. It's not going to be on the floor, but right now I'm getting a really fabulous stretch over that entire side body. Even my IT band at the top, that connection point, is feeling a nice stretch. This stretch too, I like to do twice. So as opposed to holding it for a much longer time, let's cross the left knee over the right, slide that right leg down a little bit so it's not so bent. Let the knees come towards the left side of your body and open that right arm out. So you're using now the left leg to pull the right knee towards the earth. Maybe play around with where that hand ends up. Maybe it's at a 45-degree from your body. Maybe it's a little further back. But let's get it nice and active so you get a good stretch through the chest. It's really helpful for your posture. Okay, we're going to bring the arm back. Bring the knees back up. Let's do it again. So right knee crosses over left. Slide that left leg out a little bit. Let the knees come down to the right side of your body and then begin to really reach that arm away from you. Maybe we stay here for 3 or 4 breaths. And then we'll do the same on the other side. Okay, bring that arm in, uncross the knees. Left is going to cross over the right. Let's use that left leg to guide the right knee towards the earth and open up that right arm. 4 or 5 big breaths here. I know I'm feeling the benefit here of this chest stretch because it's not pulling nearly as much as it did the first time. Still getting that nice stretch all across the hip. You know, from sitting so much and driving and being in your car, and it's so important to lengthen all of these muscles so they function better. Okay, let's bring the arm back. Now uncross the knees. We're going to relax and pull those knees all the way into the chest. Maybe you can cross and touch opposite elbows. So you're tucking yourself into a tiny ball. And then I'm going to release it, put my head back down, open my arms out to the side. I'm going to put my feet on the floor, have them stay together. So your knees and feet are together. I'm just going to let the knees come down to the left with my feet stacked. Take a few breaths. And bring the knees back up. Take them down to the other side. Getting a little bit into the QL here. So really feeling this more towards the waistband of the side body. Again, take them to the other side. And one last time. Nice, bring them back center. We're going to bring them one more time into the chest. Maybe this time we bring our forehead up to touch our knees.
So you're really tucking yourself into a tiny little ball here.
Okay, we're going to roll ourselves up and swing those legs behind you. Now we're really going to stretch out for our lower back. So this is the QL stretch that I love to do. I'm going to tuck my toes under. I'm on all fours to begin with. All I'm going to do is walk my hands out in front, and I'm going to pull my hips. They're not sitting on my heels, but they're going towards my heels, maybe 4 or 5 inches from my heels. I'm getting a nice stretch through my lats as I relax my armpits a little closer to the floor. So let's take 3 big breaths here. Inhale deep, and then exhale. See if you can just relax those armpits down. Now here you want to make sure your palms are a little greater than shoulder width apart. Do that again. Big, huge breath. And then exhale, relax. Okay, we're going to inch these hands, walk them over to the right side so they're both off your mat. Keep going till you feel that nice little pull through the left side of your lower back. That's your QL releasing, quadratus lumborum muscle. I haven't shifted my hips. They haven't moved. They're still 4 inches above my heels, nice and square. Just going to breathe here a few more times. Now let's take those hands, bring them back, and start taking them over to the other side. Just inch them over. Make sure they're nice and far out. So your forearms are not touching the floor. Couple more breaths. Okay, bring those hands back. Come on up onto the knees. We're going to do a little quadricep and hip flexor stretch. So I'm going to have you step this left foot forward again. Let the hips come forward. And take this arm up and just reach it up and over, getting length through your side body. Now, whenever you're releasing a muscle, the opposing muscle, you always want to activate. So that's your gluteal. Squeeze it. Okay, now take this arm down. If you want to take this to a quad stretch, pull your foot in, grab hold of your foot, bring it towards your butt. Now you're taking a really big stretch down the front part of that leg. So if you've been doing those wall sits, you're going to really like this stretch. Feels really good. Now, if you have trouble finding your foot, you can always use a towel, wrap a towel around your foot, and then you're just holding the ends of the towel. It might make it a little bit more accessible for you. Okay, let's switch legs. Right foot comes forward. I'm going to tuck my toes under the back so I feel nice and stable. And then bring this arm up. So here, it's not so much about going over, it's more about getting length. I'm sure you can feel a nice release here. So just relax, breathe a few times. It's so important to be patient with your body when you're stretching. This is just like the dessert at the end of a meal. Fabulous. Okay, grab hold of that foot if you can, either using your towel or not. And maybe to feel balanced, you might need to move your right foot out a little bit so you're not wobbly. And then bring that foot in towards the buttocks. Nice and easy breathing here, enjoy it. So fabulous. This is such an amazing way to start your week. Stretched out, relaxed. Okay, come on down onto all fours. We're just going to do some cat-cows here. So round your back, relax your face. Chest comes forward, so you've got a nice little arch through the back. Again, try to be mindful to keep little bends in the elbows as you really try to press away from the earth. Chest comes forward, big arch.
One more time, round your back. Now let's come back to a neutral spine. And just to remind ourselves about the importance of using our core, we're just going to have you elevate your knees off the earth. Feel that muscle activation. Okay, now we're going to walk our hands back to our feet. We're going to come all the way up. Nice. Little pyramid stretch for the back of the leg. So you see, I've got both of my feet facing forward. They're not too far separated. So I want to have that back heel firmly on the earth. So we can bring our hands to heart here. My hips are going to stay nice and square, and I'm just going to hinge forward really slowly. Now, if it's easier for you to support yourself, you can always walk your hands down your leg. Maybe you go halfway. Maybe we just hang out here for a little bit. And let's bring it back up. Lots of core activation too, as you hinge down, getting into the upper part of that back hamstring. Let's do it a few more times. Hinge forward. Maybe we get a little bit lower with this as blood flow gets back there, starts to lengthen. So I have a little micro bend in my left leg, nothing much. It's pretty much almost straight. I'm just not locking out through that joint. Okay, this time, as I'm a little bit warmer back there, I'm going to take my hands down to the floor and I'm going to lift back up. Let's do that again. Come on down. Hips are staying nice and square as you hollow out the stomach. Maybe now you can get both hands to the floor, bring it back up, and let's do it one more time. This time we're going to hang out down here for a few breaths. Try to relax your face. It's always nice to get good blood flow to the face, get that nice healthy glow. Just breathe. Okay, release, come on back up. And we're just going to switch legs. So step your right foot in, left leg goes back. Make sure you got that nice width so you're not wobbly. Look down at your feet. They should both be facing forward. And we're just going to either walk it down or hands to heart and start your hinge through that right hip. Oh, how awesome is that? Thank you very much. Whew, great stuff. So doing this nice, kind, short stretch for yourself helps your body heal and mend so much quicker and eliminates that soreness that sometimes we get after a really hard workout. Are you getting a little deeper this time? I'm going to take my hands down to the floor now. Just going with my fingertips to start. Couple more times, then I'm going to go for the whole hand on the floor and just hang out there and breathe. Okay, so I'm going to hold this last one down. Relax your face, relax the neck. Just breathe. Hopefully you've turned on some nice music that helps you just kind of get into that nice chill vibe. And the best way to feel that is through breathing. Okay, let's walk the hands back up the leg. Bring that other foot in. I thank you guys so much for joining me for this stretch class. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did giving it to you. I will see you Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. Have a lovely day. Love you guys.